Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the Williamson Skippers.
Hello.
Today is the day.
Today's the day.
Today we start
Day one of a 35
day.
session, not days.
I guess cycle. 35
cycle adventure.
This is the first one, babe.
It's the first one.
How are you feeling going into it?
I'm feeling okay. I don't think they're giving me the harsh one today. So I think my next one
We'll really kind of like test
is
it.
really gonna push me. But
Yeah.
I think we're gonna ease into it. Maybe I won't feel absolutely horrible, just a little horrible. I don't know.
We'll see. Yeah. I'm not expecting anything today, but like tomorrow and Wednesday,
Yeah.
I think we'll expect to see you out of
Yeah.
it.
I'm gonna try and sleep
Knowing you,
as much as possible.
you always got a quick, speedy recovery.
I had this cough since February. So it
That's
hasn't
true.
been a speedy recovery on it.
It's been what? Going on 5 months now, jeez.
Yeah.
If you have a cough that's not going away, please go to the hospital.
Get a chest x-ray.
Get a chest x-ray.
X-ray. Please go get a chest x-ray.
That's ridiculous. Can't believe they did that still. 2 different doctors. I don't even think we talked about that in one of our videos yet, huh?
I don't think so. Like the process of like how we
Like how we got to this point, basically.
No, I got sick in February.
Was it during the PET scan video? Did we do that?
I don't think we went through the whole thing, did we?
I don't think so. Anyways, you want to talk about it?
Sure. So I got sick in February, like actual sick. Like I don't know if it was a flu or COVID, whatever. But I got like actually like I was down for a few days in February. And then I just had this lingering cough that wouldn't go away. So I called in like the end of March, middle of March. And they were like, how long have you had this cough? And I was like, since February. And they said, and you haven't called us? And I said, nope. Thought it would go away. So
That's what we do.
So she was like, okay, I'm gonna give you a steroid. I was like, okay, cool, thanks. So then I called back after the steroid was over and I was like, that did absolutely nothing. Like zero help there, thank you. And so they were like, okay, well you need to come in. So I went in and saw this doctor. He checked my lungs, had me do like a breathalyzer test, and was like, yeah, you're only blowing like half of what you should be. You're having an asthma attack, and gave me a new inhaler and a nose spray. And went home, and he was like, try for a few weeks. I was like, okay. So at least 3 weeks down the line, I was like, this is doing absolutely nothing. Like, okay.
Yeah.
So I called again, and I was like, hey, I've already been on a 5-day steroid. He gave me this new inhaler that has a steroid in it. It is not getting better. And she goes, has no one told you to go get a chest x-ray? And I was like, no one's had me go get a chest x-ray. She's like, okay, well, immediately go get a chest x-ray. I'm putting in your order now, and I'm going to give you a Z-Pack. She was like, after your Z-Pack's over, if it's not better, call in. We're going to do another chest x-ray. And I was like, okay.
I thought she wanted to have you take one regardless.
I don't remember right off the bat.
Okay.
Because I don't know how many orders they can put in.
Yeah.
But anyways, I think she called me back and was like, your chest x-ray showed fluid. Did you finish the Z-Pack? I'm sure that's how it went. She called me back. And she was like, have you finished the Z-Pack? And I was like, yeah. And she's like, are you feeling any better? And I was like, no. And she's like, okay, go back in and do one more chest x-ray. She's like, your chest x-ray shows that there's fluid in your lung cavity. So I'm hoping that the Z-Pack helped with that, but if you're still coughing, it might not have. And I was like, okay. So I go to another chest x-ray, and then she calls me back again, and is like, so by the time of your first chest x-ray and your second chest x-ray, which the Z-Pack was in between those, she's like, it looks like it's gotten worse. I need you to go into the ER. I was like, okay.
Said what?
Excuse me? And so I, right, my mom and my husband, I'm like, yo, they called me back. They told me to go to the ER. I'll go later. Like, no biggie.
We'll go after work.
We'll go after work. Not a big deal. We'll figure it out. And my mom was like, no, I'm on my way to your house right now to watch Charlie go to the ER. And I was like, I shouldn't have told you. Like, I'm working. We're in the middle of, like, audit prep. Like, this is not necessary. We can go later. No, you need to go now. If the Kaiser is telling you to go into the ER, they mean it to go into the ER. I was like, fine. So I go into the ER. They immediately, like, do some lab work and put me through a CAT scan. And he's like, you definitely have some fluid in there, and there's a density at the top of your left lung. I was like, cool. Love that. He's like, I'm going to have you walk around and do a lap. He's like, because your oxygen's pretty low. It was like 92. He was like, I'm going to have you walk a lap with my nurse. He's like, I just want to test a few things. And I was like, okay. So we literally do this tiny little lap, like tiny little lap, so slow, like behind people's chairs, like stopping to say, excuse me. And by the time we got back to our room, she was like, can I get an EKG? I was like, an EKG? What the hell? And she's like, your oxygen is going down while your heart rate is going up. And she was like, that's not good. I was like, cool, love that. So then they're like, we're admitting you. You can't go home. I said,
her oxygen
wait.
Yeah, 95, so they wouldn't let her go home.
I have to stay here? Like, I thought this was just like a come in, you're run a few tests, go home.
Yeah.
No, you're gonna stay here. We can't let you go with your oxygen. I was like, wow, okay. So that evening, they were like, this is the plan. You're gonna stay here. We're gonna move you upstairs. Tomorrow you're gonna see the pulmonologist. He's gonna drain your lung. And I was like, okay. So you train. So I see him the next day. They take 2 liters of fluid out of my left lung cavity.
Liters.
Yeah, literally like a 2-liter Coke bottle, soda bottle. Took that out. That's the max that they could take at a time. So it wasn't all the way drained. That's just the max that they could take. And so they did that. They sent me for another CT and did that. They were like, the fluid looks better, but it's definitely still there, and that density is still there. I was like, okay. So they're going to put you in for a biopsy, but something happened with that machine, and she was like, we're only allowed to use it for emergency cases because of something. And it was we were there on Friday. We went in on Wednesday, right? Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Wednesday, Thursday,
so she was like, I even tried to say, like, if you would just stay inpatient till next week. And I was like, no, like, I have I have a 9-month-old at home. Absolutely not. Am I just staying here throughout the weekend? So she was like, okay, I'm going to set you up with the pulmonologist, and he'll put in for the biopsy and all this stuff. Like, okay.
It was a kind of crappy situation because we wanted it to get done, but at the same time, we didn't want to stay there to get it done.
Exactly. So, like, I don't want to stay there a whole weekend with them doing nothing. Like, we're just waiting for a machine. No, thank you. I'll go home. I'll come back. Just tell me when it's better. I'll come back.
Yeah.
So we did that, and then they discharged me. I don't remember if I had to see the pulmonologist first.
No, he called you before.
Oh yeah, he called me, and he was like, so, problem, I don't have good news for you. And I was like, okay. And he goes, there's malignant cells in the lung fluid that we tested. And I was like, cool. I was like, what does that mean? He was like, cancer. And I said, oh, okay, yeah, sure. Still in my brain, as I told you guys in the last video, like, I don't know anybody that's had cancer. I don't know. I'm just like, okay, like, it's just a word to me that I know is bad, but I don't necessarily know what that means.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm putting in for a stat
biopsy.
PET scan.
Oh yeah, PET scan.
And then as soon as they do the PET scan, we're doing a stat biopsy. And I was like, okay. So the next week they set me up with the PET scan, went in and did that. There's that video already posted. And then we did the biopsy. Which both were fine, like, not bad processes or anything like that. So did that, came back, And then my pulmonologist called me back again. He is amazing, by the way. He's my fave. He called me back again. He was like, hey, friend. I love that he calls me friend. He's like, hey, friend, so how are you feeling? And I was like, not great. And he was like, yeah. He's like, I don't really have good news for you. And I was like, okay. He was like, it is cancer. I'm pushing you over to oncology. Like, I'll still be like your lung specialist, et cetera, et cetera. But this is now another specialty that you're going to be assigned to. And I'm like, okay. So then we went and saw the oncologist, and then
that was on that
last video also. So yeah.
But that's why we're here today, doing our first
chemo and immunotherapy treatment.
First of 35 treatments, which is going to span over 2 years. So like I said, it's not something that can just happen in 4 weeks, you know what I mean? So, but we're staying hopeful. We're staying, positive, and, getting through this one treatment at a time. And plus, she's got a pretty good view of, like, the freeway from the spot, right? Yeah.
If there's any fires in the mountain.
Ooh, fires in the mountains. Anyways, we'll keep you guys updated. We'll talk to you guys after the procedure, or not procedure, the treatment. And we'll get Brittney's thoughts on how that goes.
Hopefully they can see my veins.
Yeah. Stab her again. No, just kidding. That's terrible. All right, y'all. Catch you on the next cruise.
Bye.